Good afternoon, everyone. This is Cameron Brown, and I will be giving you my mini TED Talk presentation today on how gentrification is taking out small brick and mortar businesses of the urban fashion retail industry. Gentrification has impacted the urban fashion industry economically, socially, and environmentally by spaces being brought up from under businesses when people sell their plazas or their buildings without telling the business owners that lease to them, having to deal with the effects of new costs of rent at a possible new location or a new landlord, and moving the people out that really like the clothing and merchandise that was made for the community. I like to start off with spaces being brought up from under businesses to better explain exactly what I mean by that. So for the main point, environmentally, let's just say, for example, you have this perfect place that you want to start your business, you have it there for an amount of time, and then boom, all of a sudden you are being told that the owner of the building wants to relocate. Spaces being brought out from up under businesses affects their urban boutiques or urban retail businesses socially because their target market is very, very in particular and accustomed to this experience, this brand, these clothing, merchandises, these footwear items. And once they hear that you're gone or possibly closing, that could affect how many customers you have in the near future. Economically, buying from up under small businesses affects the small business owner because they might not have enough emergency costs or funds put up for their business. And of course, the overhead and all the metrics can change. Environmentally, the new cost of rent will affect the business based upon the value of the new neighborhood that they're considered to relocate in. For example, if a new neighborhood is building new buildings for commercial-wise, new apartment buildings, the value of the neighborhood is going to go up. As far as economically, this also affects the cost of rent because if you'll be going to a more valued neighborhood, you'll be expected to make more expenses. Everything will get more costly as far as the ins and outs, the outsourcings and the insourcings of all. Also economically, the cost of new rent will also affect your other expenses in your business. So whatever you were spending at that time could always go up. Next, socially, as another supporting point, socially, customers can fear that your prices of your merchandises and services of your urban fashion owner boutiques might also go up as effect of economic and environmental changes. For example, a store or a boutique owner gets online pickup as one of their consumer shopping options. Consumers fear that paying for the extra fees of consumer pickup will be one of the costly expenses that they don't want to do that most advanced stores are doing, as well as the cost of material and cost of merchandising and everything else. Prices go up also because of the space that they're in or because wherever the store or the boutique is located. My last main point that I want to make is gentrification also impacts the smaller business urban fashion retail industry by moving the business away from the people and moving the people away from the business. And what I mean by that is you can move a business to another side of town. There is a big implication on what retail displacement is. And retail displacement is, I guess, a more specific term for fashion gentrification and relocation. And what that means is sometimes your business changes with or without your authority and you have to go with it. Moving people away from the business or moving business away from the people environmentally impacts the urban fashion industry businesses by becoming a statistical, typical product of what has happened in retail displacement. For example, if you move the urban fashion industry out of the urban areas, it will simply not be urban fashion anymore. Conflicting contrast and comparison with environmental aspects of impact. Benefits of gentrification were meant to better the community and to bring back life to these communities that needed to be revamped, revitalized. But simply, as it's put, when it's time to revitalize and move and relocate and change the value and the vision of the area, socially, gentrification impacts the business moving away from the people or the people moving away from the business because of the experience and the value that each customer has with a ground store experience. For example, there are so many online developments and online boutiques now that call to action is for the audience to consider the Jenga blocks being similar to urban boutiques and urban area fashion markets that can only be relocated so many times before they become extinct. Relocating is only one sector, and making areas environmentally and socially and economically better as far as the fashion retail market goes in the industry. That will leave us with a shopping experience that we all would like to be comfortable and happy with. Thank you all for your time.
All plans have foundation. However, all plans need a plan B just in case.